Welcome back, Village, to another episode of Jedi Learning. And as we continue with our series of Pre-Algebra for Parents, we want to get into a subject called dividing fractions. So, Sokoni approached me and he said, Papa Kenwoud, I'm trying to divide this fraction, but I'm not really sure if I'm doing this correctly. Can you help me out? And I said, yeah, show me what it is. So he proceeded to go ahead and write something like this. And I said, all right, this is just like multiplying by fractions. But in this case, what you have to do is flip these, okay? It's called multiplying by the reciprocal. Reciprocate. All that means to reflect or the opposite side, to flip. So it's going to end up looking a little bit like this. Okay, 17 over 9 times 9 over 8. Okay, you see that? It was 17 over 9 divided by 8 over 9. When you multiply by the reciprocal, you now multiply instead of divide, right? That changes. And then you have a flip here, a reciprocal. And that's what you have here. So, the next thing that we see is that we can go ahead and cross cancel. How many times does 9 go into 9? Once. 9 goes into 9 once. 8 doesn't go into 17, and there's nothing that goes into both of them, so we just multiply across. 17 times 1 is 17 over 1 times 8 is 8. Now, you have the option of leaving it like that if the answer looks for an improper fraction. But if it wants a mixed number, remember that's a whole number next to a fraction, we'd have to go ahead and switch it. So how do we do that? We just divide 8 into 17, okay? So let's break it down. 8 goes into 1, 0 times 8 is 0. We subtract that, now we have 17. 8 goes into 17 twice. 2 times 8 is 16. We subtract that out, you have 1 left. Nothing else can come down. So your remainder is 1. Now if we write that over here, okay, it looks like this. 8, that's our whole number. 2, I'm sorry, let's back up. It's actually 2 and 1/8. Okay? That is the answer. So if you have 17 over 9 divided by 8 over 9, when you do all of your calculations, you're going to end up right here at 2 and 1/8. Okay? Let's try another one. That's not it. So Sokoni said, well, that was pretty easy, but what if I have something where they are mixed together? And I said, well, what do you mean? He said, for example, what if I have 4 divided by 4 and 2/5? What do I do with this? Then I said it's the same thing. Remember, we are going to multiply by the reciprocal again. So the 4 can come down. This is going to change into a multiplication. But first we have to change this mixed number into an improper fraction. So 5 times 4, right? Boom, boom. 5 times 4 equals 20. And then we go ahead and add our 2. So 20 plus 2 is 22. Okay? So that's 22 over 5. Okay? So now we have our setup. 22 over 5. And anytime you have one whole number, it is always over 1 as a fraction. Now, this is how it looked originally, but we're multiplying by the reciprocal. So we need to go ahead and flip these, flip the script. So instead of 22 over 5, it's actually 5 over 22. Now what does this equal? Well, is there a number that goes into 4 and 22? Yes, there is. 2. 2 goes into 4 twice. 2 goes into 22 11 times. Nothing else can be broken down any further. So 2 times 5 is 10. And 1 times 11 is 11. And there you have it. 4 divided by 4 2/5 equals 10 over 11. Okay? So he said, Bob, you're making this look too easy. I have one more for you, and you really have to show me how to break this one down. I said, let's do it, Sokoni. Show me what you need. He said, okay, Baba, what if I have 2 mixed numbers, something like 9 3/8 divided by 3 3/4? Now what do I do? And I said, that's perfect. You do the same thing is what you do. Let me show you how to do the same thing. First, turn all of this into improper fractions. So let's do it. Remember, 8 times 9, this is multiplication. 8 times 9 is 72. And then we're going to add 3. 72 plus 3 is 75. 75 over the bottom number, 8, denominator 8. This is going to change from a division into a multiplication problem. So then we do the same thing here. 4 times 3, right? 4 times 3 is 12, and then we add 3. So 12 plus 3 is 15. So we now have 15 over 4. But wait a minute. That's just if we made this into an improper fraction, but we have to multiply by the reciprocal. Okay, reciprocal. So now it's 4 over 15. So let's write that correctly. 4 over 15. Now what does that equal? So let's break it down. What number goes into both 4 and 8? Well, 4. 4 goes into 4 once. 4 goes into 8 twice. What about 15? 15 does go into 75. But first, how many times does 15 go into 15? Once. 15 goes into 75. 5 times. So now we just cross multiply. 5 times 1 is 5. 2 times 1 is 2. Now if we're looking for an improper fraction, we leave it like that. But if we want a mixed number, you know what we have to do. Divide 5 by 2. So 2 goes into 5 2 times. 2 times 2 is 4. We subtract that out, we have 1 left. So what that remainder? So let's write that mixed number. 2 and 1 half. Sorry, half. 2 and 1 half. So there you have it, Sokoni. We have done 3 problems. We have divided fractions. And what you have to do is change all your mixed numbers into improper fractions, multiply by the reciprocal, and then you get your answer. So this has been another episode of Jedi Learning, and this has been the subject of dividing fractions in the Pre-Algebra for Parents series. We hope you have enjoyed this. We hope you have learned something, and we hope you keep coming back for more, because we're resurrecting communities through superior education.